Hello adventure seekers, welcome to a new video. Today we are going out into nature. We will get to see a beautiful place here in Croatia. It is quite famous. I am at the lakes of Plitvice. It is recommended to come here early. It's almost 9 a.m. right now. We've heard that later on it will be super crowded. So make sure to get here early, get your ticket in advance. I will drop you the link where you can buy the tickets online down here in the description. And I will take you on that tour to the lakes. This trip already started on the afternoon the day before. We drove about 2.5 hours from Split, close to the guest house Plitvice, which is only 5 minutes away from the entrance of the lakes. I am going to drop you the link in the description below, as I really liked the guest house and its owner, and I recommend you to check it out if you are planning a trip to the lakes of Plitvice. At the entrance there is a restaurant, there's a little market. You can buy a ticket if you didn't get it online, and there are also bathrooms. And I've heard that in the park itself there are also places where you can get some food and probably also some bathrooms, but we will see that later. We had to walk about 10 minutes through beautiful nature to reach the starting point of our trek through the lakes of Plitvice. I'm expecting us to spend 5 hours here in this whole area. We are currently at the entrance 2. We parked our car here and we will walk over there now. You can choose between 4 different types of trips. We chose the number H here. This is the one where you do some hiking, you take a train and you go with a boat, and it takes about 4 to 6 hours and is a hike of almost 9 kilometers. And we started here at entrance 2. We just took the train all the way up here and we will do this hike now. And then later take the boat, go to the other side, do some hiking again, and then here we can decide if we want to hike back to the entrance 2 or if we want to take the train as well. Alright, we just arrived on the highest point of this area. We took this, well, it's not really a train, but it's a car with other cars attached, and we will now get to the viewpoint from here. Right now this place is super peaceful and there's like almost nobody here, but we've been told that later on this place will actually get way more crowded, and also of course in the high season in July and August, when there's vacation time everywhere in Europe, for sure it will be more crowded as well. So I recommend you to come here early just to avoid crowds and also to get your beautiful pictures taken without too many people in them. One of the reasons why this national park is so famous is because of its beautiful waterfalls. There are a lot of them, and we quickly saw the first smaller ones after walking only a little bit. We just have the first glance of one of those amazingly beautiful waterfalls here in the background. So far I really enjoy this hike. It's beautiful, it's super peaceful, 100% out there in nature. You don't hear any other noises. They have made the path in a really good way. It's quite comfortable to walk here, so it's made for anybody, even though if you are not really into hiking, it's easily manageable. Make sure to bring enough water with you for all of the breaks in between. The whole trek is very well maintained and there are a lot of benches on the way to have a little break. So far I can only say that the pathway here is very well taken care of. It's super easy to walk along the paths here, and they seem to be super clean and super well organized as well. There are signs everywhere, so you definitely cannot get lost. Wow guys, look at that! How beautiful is this place? Ooh, and it actually feels really nice to feel some of the water drops and the wind from the waterfall. Very refreshing. And then we were already about to reach one of the first impressive bigger waterfalls. Wow, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And cold. I can feel the water drops. There's like a lot of water and wind coming from the falls. And well, I suppose in the high season it will be super nice and refreshing. Right now it's still early, it's warm but not hot, so it's a bit chilly, but only a little bit.
This waterfall measures 28 meters. It is by far not the highest waterfall of this park yet, but way higher than the ones we have already seen during our hike.
Wow, guys, this park is insane. I absolutely love it. You can see here, for example, there are some pathways where it gets a little bit more crowded because, well, people take their photos here, and that's why the hike slows down a little bit. So this is also another reminder, come here early, because I'm pretty sure that in a few hours, once the buses and the tours from Split and other regions of the country arrive, that it will get even more crowded here, and yeah, it will slow down the whole trip. So yeah, better to come here early to enjoy this amazingly beautiful park.
In this area, there were a lot of waterfalls of different heights, each one of them unique and beautiful with crystal clear and blue waters.
Guys, it's actually also getting hot right now. It was a little bit chilly before. If you come here early, we are in the mountains, so keep that in mind to maybe bring a sweater for the morning. But now it's getting super warm and actually a little bit hot. All right, this is the place where we can finally take the boat and cross the river towards the other side.
We kept following the signs that led us towards the boat that would take us to the other side of the lakes.
Okay, here you have to take care which boat you actually want to take. There's one that is going just here across that river, and there's one that is on this side that goes a little bit further. You can see it on the map, and make sure to take the right one. We are taking the program H, as I mentioned before, so we are going to take this one. All right, here we are at the other side of the lakes. The boat ride took about 20 minutes, or a little bit less, I think, like 15 to 20 minutes. And we will continue the walk here. I think we will take a little break now here, eat something, and then continue our hike. It is pretty crowded here, but that's because this is one of the big break points. You can see that there are souvenir shops here, there are toilets, there's a restaurant, you can get coffee and drinks over there. So that's why most people have their break here and have some lunch and relax a little bit before continuing this path here to the big waterfalls.
At one of the tables, we were also able to rest a bit before continuing the hike.
For me, it's time to have a lunch here now. I brought my snacks and I'm going to eat now. But there are also lots of options. You can have a burger here that looks actually pretty delicious. So if you didn't bring any snacks, you can get it here at this place as well. All right, it's now time to continue this hike to the big waterfall.
This part, by the way, got a bit more crowded. This is because you can also do the whole trek the other way around, and people who come with the buses from Split often do it this way around. I personally preferred not to start with the highlight, which is the highest waterfall of Croatia, and preferred to end the trek with that. This last part again was full of beautiful waterfalls. For me, this last part was also the most beautiful part, although it was more crowded by now.
A rainbow!
And then we were close to the last part of this hike, just a few more steps further down, and there it was. What a beautiful and stunning place.
And again, here we can feel the power of the water behind me. We feel some water drops here. It's super refreshing. And yeah, just feels super nice. The waterfall is the highest here in Croatia with more than 60 meters of free fall, and in total it's almost 90 meters high. And apparently it does get completely frozen in winter. How beautiful is that? Insane. Okay, it's time to start the last part of this hike. There's still quite a way to go, but we've seen the highlight of this hike, which is this waterfall, the highest waterfall of Croatia. And it's super impressive. It's really beautiful, but in general from here you can see this whole lake, the last area that is really insanely beautiful. This part there is also quite crowded actually, but that's because it is the highlight of this hike, and also because it's only a one way that takes you there. So you go there and you have to take the same way back, and it's not that wide, so of course there will be quite a crowd over there that gets stuck there also to take their photos and videos.
After that, we quickly arrived at the train stop and decided to take the train and not to walk back to the entrance too, as we have been already walking quite some time.
Alright guys, we are at the place where we started this morning. This is where we took the train and started this whole hike, and we are now going back to the car. In total it took us 5 hours, this whole hike, from start to the end. 5 hours, it always depends obviously on your speed, but also of course on how many photos and videos you take in between. Now the entrance for this park was almost 40 euros per person. You may think this is a lot of money if you just want to see nature, but guys, honestly, for me it's a very good price, because you don't only pay the entrance for this place, you pay the fee for the boat, you pay for the fee for the train, and also for the whole maintenance of this area. I told you before, it's super clean here. They constructed the hiking trails in a very good way so that everybody can do this hike, and that's actually amazing. For me personally, this park was extremely beautiful and super impressive. I enjoyed it a lot. It was definitely worth the money, and I highly recommend you to come here on your trip to Croatia. There are lots of national parks in Croatia. It's famous for its beautiful nature. It has a lot of beautiful waterfalls that are for sure worth a visit. But of course you can't do everything, so I chose the most famous national park, and for me it was definitely a good choice. Alright, I am back at the car, which means that this is the end of this video. I hope you did enjoy this video. I most certainly did enjoy this day. If you liked it, please support my work and give me a thumbs up, and also leave me all of your feedback and comments below in the comment sections. I will for sure answer them as soon as possible. And I really hope to see you in the next video.